go ahead and get the next story mission going. So we're running across the desert to get to here. Apparently we let something out of the box in the last mission. So, it should be interesting. Gotta grab this teleporter down here at some point too. I'm assuming I'm gonna go over here a lot more for the next few story missions. I haven't been to a lot of places in the desert yet. I feel like I need to get a shield with hated on it. I'd love to have a shield with like hated and refresh. Something along those lines. For the items that I'm currently using, that would just be awesome. And then at some point tonight, I'm probably going to run to my last two of the mutated ones to try to get another piece of gear to drop. Hazel. Not much, just doing a recording. Going through main story missions. Tried PvP for the first time. It did the 3v3. Well, they couldn't kill me, but I couldn't really do much else. Like, their tank just kind of canceled out me, and their tank was destroying everyone. Well, even when they zerked me. But... Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. That's all on your health staff, though, right? Because I'm using Arcane Smite. Yeah. So I guess the biggest question is going to be, do we think that... Are we trying to do, like, M2s and M3s, or are we just trying to run? Like, we have to figure out what we're going to do. Well, and that... Yes. So M3 and Raid is similar builds. Yep. Going into the Ancient Vault. Taking Strange Jar. That's never a good idea from an Ancient Vault. Hasn't anyone ever seen the Mummy? So the order of importance for those buffs and debuffs that I was telling you is Rend, Empower, and then Weaken. So me and you don't get to do as much of the rending unless I'm using a hammer. But from what I was reading, yeah. But you need 140% rend at all times. Well, some enemies are resistant to rend, so the maximum you can have on an enemy is 70. But if they're resistant, you have to hit 140 to get to the 70. Yeah. But as a healer, you're more about the empowerment. Which is exactly why you run it, though. Because it's like... Yeah. I think you should try it. Because between the two of us, we can get the group to almost 50% empower. If you can keep that uptime, you're gonna... And then apparently it also synergizes well with your heals, too. Apparently there's a way that you can make it to where we heal off of doing damage somehow. Yep. So, that's the other reason that they run it. Is because then you don't have to heal the DPS dropping. It makes it to where they're more self-sufficient. But those two abilities are the reasons why Void Gauntlet is so popular on healers. And then the other part of it is that we need either Cody or Tyler to run a Warhammer hatchet, where they can get up to 100% rend by themselves. And then the other person is the spear user, which keeps... They also apply rend and weakened as well. So between those two, they hit the 140%. They help us with the weaken, because I apply weaken as well. And then I also do the empower. So between me and you, our goal is to keep the group at 30% empower, and then they should be able to get the other 20% themselves, 10 to 20% themselves, from their gear and their abilities. And then the fifth person is just pure DPS, and they're usually a rapier build. That's what I was reading for, like, the high-end raid kind of builds. You normally have, like, 10 rapier builds that are just your pure DPS, one of those hammer guys. You have your tank, and then you have your healers. This is kind of a weird way of... I got 2 pieces of the, of my gear, by the way. Oh, okay. Yeah. I got 2 runs left this week that I can do. Ooh, good thing you saw that. But yeah, that's just kind of what I was reading about the raid groups, so take it or leave it, but I think that'd be a hard playstyle, though. Trying to keep an uptime of that, plus keep everyone healed. Okay. Kind of what you're already doing. Okay. But with that lifesteal, maybe they can. They're not just getting obliterated.
My mighty sword returns. You shine with the light of Ra. What mysteries have you uncovered in the vault? Speak to your pharaoh. These scrolls are written in ancient script. They are in that strange jar. Something, so it is. I must decipher these scrolls. There is foul alchemy at work here. The scrolls speak of a process that combines the bodies and souls of different creatures together into a chimera. This is the blasphemous power that the ancients used to create the primordials. I did not think it possible. But perhaps I was mistaken. This strange jar is not centuries old. It's new. Someone recently visited the vault. I do not think so. Such craft seems beyond that demon's temperament and skill. There's another mind at work here. One that is far more... I recognize the pungent scent and sickly color of the jar's fluid. It comes from the sulfurous pools of Orcus. Go there and see what you can discover. But be on your guard.
Off to the pools of Orcus. Let me know if you want to run your daily mutated. I saved 2. I did get the mace that I wanted. I did the soul trials for the first time and got it first try. Shoot. Yeah. Yep. That's the one for tanking. Hey. I mean, That game has got some serious issues right now, in my opinion. But as long as y'all are having fun playing it, I don't see the problem. Well, you put so much time into it. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Is there no task that you cannot... I sense something strange. It's a piece of a disc of Aeternum. It
Right.
pulses with quintessence. Potent energy from the stars the ancients used in their magics. Why was this at the pools of Orcus? Could Apophis simply be creating an army of chimeras? That would take time. And it seems too simple a stratagem. There is more here that we are not seeing. The discs of Atum were used to focus the quintessence harnessed by the Aeneid, a vast power source housed within the Great Pyramid of Akhet, a structure I built for the ancients long ago. When active, it powered the ancients' great machines throughout the island. Apophis did boast he had been granted power. Akhet houses both wonders and horrors. It has weapons capable of terrible devastation. They would certainly suit that demon's lust for destruction. And it's clear he's been to the pyramid. My sword must investigate Akhet to determine if the flow of quintessence has increased. I'll enhance your Azoth staff to detect the precious energy. Seek out the Diospolis entrance to the pyramid. It'll give you the access to...
They're gonna upgrade my stick again. I mean, this stick has got so many upgrades on it at this point. Yeah. What do you not understand? Okay. I'm not using a bunch of them either. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think they're supposed to heal off lifesteal and not get hit. What, just not get hit? Yeah. There seems to be a whole lot of that in the end game. That's what your circle's for. Yeah. Well, I'm noticing that, like, range is not meta. I already talked to Cody. He's going to try a spear build. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good to me.
Ah, and who is this before me? Hail to you, champion. Would you be willing to undertake a challenge to preserve what I have? And those that lived here before, certainly. I'd like to see you challenge the times of the... I should hope that you are. If you're able to conquer... I know those times seem difficult, but remember they were set by those... Oh, I can't take sides, hero. That wouldn't be sporting. You seem capable enough. But the fastest riders have knowledge of hidden glyphs and the ancient bridges.
Yeah, so like, it's almost like your group is your character in this game. So like, when you're dealing with like the in-game like raid groups and stuff, it's like you have to have at least one person that's like running a hammer and a hatchet because they have to keep the rend up. Like their whole job is to keep like 2 debuffs up 100% of the time on the boss. And then like another person runs like a spear and they have to keep 2 debuffs up the whole time. And then like the tank and the healer keep empower up, which makes everyone in the group do more damage. And we also can help with the weekend and the rend a little bit. But yeah, you have to hit like certain benchmarks, and you want to keep those as close to uptime as 100% as possible. And then the 5th person in the group is just your straight up DPS, and apparently the meta for that is the rapier. So they use a rapier and a spear, but they never actually use the spear. There's one perk on the spear that says that they do 15% extra damage to bleeding targets, and it works on both weapons. No, it's just a perk on the spear. Yeah. And they just select that perk, and then they just use the rapier the whole time, and they do, because bleed is up on the target at all times, so they just do 15% more damage. So. Yep. It can be in anything. That's just the best in slot for it. Nope. But he likes the Warhammer, so... Tyler and Cody both want to be that 5th person, though. They love to see the big numbers. Like, Tyler would love the whole group upping him. Yep, you need one item because the rapier is starved for empower. It's really hard for them to hit the 50% cap. So you have to get an item that gives you 10%. It's like a necklace or something. Or they have to use their omnidirectional dodge ability or whatever, plus a necklace in order to get there. Which is why it's so important that me and you can get the 30%. Okay. Well, it's going to be a little while before we're all optimal. It sounds like the healers and the tanks are very similar. I just mined a cat for lodestone. I don't know how I feel about that. No, I'm in the stands. I'm doing main story. Okay. This house sounds wild today. This house sounds wild today. Just kid on the headset. Yeah. Yeah. It's funny though. Well, my older kids are at their friend's house right now, but I had to get home sick. My other one is just like upstairs watching TV, like just being quiet. Yeah. She came down and said, I'm hungry. And I said, you just ate. She goes out. Went back upstairs. Who is this? Interesting. Oh.
I'm not sure why you've come here. You cannot stop what I have begun. The threat of corruption was dire, but the toll you exacted from the Motherwell, the damage you wrought, it will take generations to heal. I foolishly came to the aid of humanity. And once again, this is how we were repaid. It is proven again, humanity is the true source of all evils. A vessel for corruption, a plague to nature. And you are a prime example. Another of my kind lies dreaming in these sands. But he will soon be awakened. And together we will purge this island of your kind, and restore Aeternum to the paradise it was meant to be. Be gone from here! There is nothing you can do.
Interesting. I do not like this city. It's just so, like, there's so many, like, little shoot-offs and stuff. I think it's easy to get lost. And you can't route your mind in the city either, so you have to walk around slow. I don't like it.
Even here I sense the surge of power from Aket. The earth hums with the energized blood flowing through her veins. What has Apophis done? Adiana? It has been many long centuries since I heard that name. I thought her gone. You do realize she assumes that name only to masquerade in human form? She is an ancient we knew as Artemis. Oh. So she keeps that a secret these days, does she? There is much significance to that fact. Much I will need to consider. But if she has reactivated the Aeneid, then she has something quite catastrophic in mind. Here? In Brimstone Sands? She could only mean Sutek. The very end. My master will return then. But Artemis will need the Eye of Horus. Only the Eye can awaken my master.
Interesting.
The revelation of Sutek's return has pushed Imhotep's mind to the edge. If we lose him, we are truly doomed. I devised a more potent formula, but I've run out of the material. I don't even know if it'll work. But I can't leave his side. I have it here, along with the formula. Please prepare it and return as quickly as possible. I'll try and keep Imhotep calm.
There's so much running around in this quest line for no reason. Am I understanding this right? This guy's having like a nervous breakdown? Emotep. Oh, okay. Cool.